All right, we're back here at my neighbor's house. We got some wood we need to cut up for Kevin's wagon here. And we have with us special guest, Kevin's son, Ian. And Rich's dad. We're gonna get the mill prepped here. We did go through about 6 or 7 logs, but we do have a brand new pack of 10 blades here, all from Woodland Mills. We're gonna put one of those on. You can get 2 different ones. You can get ones for softwood like pine, and then you can get ones for hardwood, like what we're cutting for oak and maple. This one's right in between, so it covers both. Let's get some wood cut. Here we go. We're cutting down this white oak here. Has been sitting for a while. I know we did some a while back and it turned out pretty good, but this one seems to have penetrated a bit more here. Let's take a look. It's got no density to it, so that is no good. We gotta get rid of that still. So see if you can see the color difference right here. So we got some darker wood here. Then when it goes light, that's when it starts to get punky. So you gotta get that off too. See if we can salvage a bit of lumber out of this. All right, quick question for you, Ian. Are we building a church or a hay wagon?
Building a hay wagon.
All right, so this is good for hay wagon. I think we're pretty close. I don't want to say we're exact and dead nuts, but I mean, it's supposed to be 2 inches. We're about 1/8 of an inch off there. 3 inches, about 1/8 of an inch off. So there is a lot of bending and whatnot, that tension when it comes off of it. And we tried to slam them all together, get them all the same size, but yeah, that was my dad's old saying. You're not building a church, you're building a hay wagon or whatever it is. So don't worry about being perfect, worry about being perfect enough for the job. And I think we got her. Pretty happy with it. You happy?
Yeah.
All right, let's get them on the hay wagon. We're looking for 14-foot runners. All right, we found a 14-footer. Let's take a look at that, man. Looks like a piece of junk. Wouldn't even be good for firewood. I guess a firewood guy would look at that and go, nah, that can just go in the bush. We'll jam it in there. We're not gonna cut that up. Oh, let's see what we can make out of that. We're back at Kevin's place with his son, Ian. Well, he is working on cleaning up that trailer that we're gonna put that wood on. So let's check it out and see what you're into.
Yeah, so just taking the wheels off and grinding off all the rust, getting it all ready to get painted. And then now it's getting painted, got all the wood all cut up on the wagon there. And then we'll start building it.
Nice. When are you guys gonna be using it for?
We're using for a water wagon. Put a water tank on it and then we'll haul water to fields and for the house here.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be pretty handy.
It will be pretty handy. We're getting ready to paint it. We got the rims all painted up or primed, and then we're getting ready to paint the frame.
All right, so we're putting new rims on it.
Yep.
We're putting different tires on.
Yep.
And you got this thing all Professionally farmer sandblasted.
Yep.
All right, what are we putting on it for paint?
Nice blue trim-clad paint,
Why trim clad?
because it's the best.
Because it's the best. All right, here we go.
All right, we finally found a decent use for these rotten things.
Alright, so we got it all set up on the jack stands here. It's all ready to paint. So let's get to it. Alright, we got the frame all painted up. I think it looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than it did. Just gonna let this thing dry off and then get to building.
All right, just spent the morning mounting tires. We got some nice FI, if you can read that, FI tires on there. That's highway service. I don't know what ply these things are, like 12 or something silly. I don't know. They're really hard to put on though. Anyways, now they're going on. Well, Ian said it had to look awesome. I'm thinking it's looking pretty awesome. Anyways, we're ready for lumber now. We probably should have done this a while ago because some of it is starting to go around corners, but it's not too bad. I think just one or two pieces is starting to warp a little bit. Anyways, we're gonna get these big sills set up and cut down and angle irons on them. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna just set them on the wagon here. They're gonna be heavy though. There we go.
All right, so we got all our little angle irons. This actually came off the old wagon. So Ian's busy bolting those on. Make sure we get our spacing right and the same on the both sides. So hopefully it lines up when we're done. So we're gonna bolt those to these and then we'll bolt the cross members to here. These ones here we're strategically placing so that this one will rub here and this one on this side will run here, and that'll keep the deck from moving forward or backwards. The same on the other side. So that's our plan. Hope it works.
All right, so we got all the angles all bolted on nice. After some work, those rusty old bolts, some of them were a bit of a pain to get on there, but we did it. It's all looking good now. So now we're gonna get the boards that go across here, bolt those all on, and then it's just a matter of putting deck boards on, and then that's it. We're making boards so that our wagon doesn't go all funny.
What do you mean so our wagon doesn't go all funny?
Well, to brace it.
Brace it how? So we're putting a couple in between the sills just to stabilize the sills so they don't go like this, right? Because there's, you know, it's just kind of gonna hinge on there.
Yeah.
So put one in the front, one in the back. We just got a couple blocks milled up at Andy's, and we got some brackets built, and Ian is gonna install them. If you want it done right, you gotta do it yourself, I guess. You see, we got the brackets. I told Ian put them in the middle of the wood. So now we got a bolt right at the very top, which isn't the best, but it'll be fine. Let's see if we can get the other one done right, Ian. Well, Ian's got this one goofed up too, so I guess that's just the way it's gonna be. So we got our cross members in. It's not 100% perfect. Remember, we're building the wagon, not building kitchen cupboards. So those are in. We're gonna, Ian's gonna put all the cross members on now. 1 bolt in each, and then we'll square it. And then before we put the deck boards on.
Instead of putting a bolt through to bolt them onto the frame, I just always put a chain around, because if you, the whole undercarriage is gonna do this through ditches. And if you bolt them all solid, then it's just gonna twist the deck all to pieces. So you put a chain in front and back, as long as you have something to keep it from sliding forward and sliding backwards. That's why we got this line up here. And this line up here in the front. So it can't slide backwards and forwards. We got a chain on one front corner and on the opposite rear corner, and that'll keep the deck on the undercarriage and still allow it to move. So we had to square it, we had to pull. So we see clamped under here, pushing that one back, on the other side pushing forward. So now we got a square. So now we're just gonna run a chalk line. We made these a little long. Run a chalk line down, cut these straight, and then we're gonna nail the deck boards on. There we go. We're nailing into oak. We're using galvanized nails. And we're hoping the air nailer can punch them in. We got 2.5 or whatever these are, 2 3/8 nails. And we've air nailed into oak before and it worked out. So hopefully this works out again. Oh, I gotta put these in right. All right, here we go. We give her a whirl. I'm impressed. We'll just need to give it a little help. There we go. It's marking up our boards now, but it's a wagon, right? So we wait for the compressor to get to full capacity. And now it's starting to run out of air again, but it does put most of them. Oh, that is why I wanted to use a coil nailer, because they're ringed, whereas the strip nails, if they don't have the rings, they got glue on them. And when you bang them in, it kind of melts the glue and sets the nail. But then if you whack it with a hammer, you break that glue, and I guess it doesn't hold as good anymore. So that's why we went with the coils. All right, so we got the 3.5 inch nailer out, and this is what we should have been using the whole time. So we still got the same size nails in there, but this one puts them home pretty good. So no more hammering, we're making a mess. All right, here we go. So the nice thing is it buries them a lot deeper than the other one. I don't know why. The problem is there's so much power and such little nails that if you do hit a really hard spot, it just bends the nail in there and it jams it all up. So I don't know what the worst of 2 evils is, but for the most part, that one just, I don't think that was good. Now there's got one. See, somehow we got a double fire in there. With the head of a different nail in there, so. Every now and then, it's giving us grief. So maybe a little bit bigger nails, with a bigger shank on, like a 3-inch nail maybe, with this gun, would have been the way to go. All right, so these might come up eventually to haunt us. I don't know. But this other nailer screwed up every now and then, which is super annoying. But we do have all the boards nailed on. And that was a lot easier than drilling them. You gotta remember, it's a hay wagon, right? Not a kitchen cabinet. So now we're just gonna put a line across the back, chalk line, cut those off. Same on the front. All right, there it is, one oak wagon. So we got the tank bolted down. I put a 2x2 across the bottom, catching all the boards. So if the tank tries to fall off, it's gonna have to pull all the boards off the wagon. We got a lot of nails in there. So there's just one last final thing is we gotta put the farmer license plate on there yet, and then we're good to go. We're gonna zip that on, we're gonna call her done. There we go. One new wagon, ready to rock.
Okay, we're back on the farm with Ian.
Yep.
What do we got here?
We got the newly rebuilt, freshly painted water wagon.
Yeah, I like what you did with it. So this was pretty rusted out, ready for the scrap pile.
It was, the deck was shot, it was all sagging and cracking, and the paint was gone, and gave her new life.
So you and I, we cut up all this old wood, lots of white oak. Looked like it was ready for the burn pile.
Oh yeah, it did.
But yeah, we smoothed it out, got all the rough stuff off, and yeah, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, it should hold up for quite a few years now. Underneath, I see you painted it.
Yeah, we did.
I like the choice of colors.
Yeah, red, blue and white.
For
Toronto Maple Leafs.
woo, let's go, baby. Stanley Cup. Looks like this is going to be the maiden voyage. Take it into town. You're going to get water for the house.
Yep.
And summertime, you're using this for?
So bring water to the sprayer when we spray our crops.
Nice, beauty. Okay, well, thanks to Woodland Mills for helping us out. Loved using the mill. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Let's head into town. Let's get some water.
All right.
Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to try to get some more stuff up on the DGHD channel. We've been super busy on the main channel, but we always love coming back to the DGHD stuff, especially coming on the farm, seeing Ian and Kevin.